Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Belle again. So today, we're going to talk about Rubio, Trump, leadership, and efficiency. Trump is tasking Secretary of State Rubio with more and more positions. He's already Secretary of State, U.S. Archivist, Head of USAID, and is now on his way to being National Security Advisor. Now, most are reading this as Trump not being willing to trust most people, and for some reason, Rubio has that trust. But others are taking it as a sign of efficiency. The reasoning is that most of these positions are related to foreign policy, and Rubio is the Trump administration's foreign policy guy. People who take this stance, or see it as a good thing, never seem to question why the jobs were separated in the first place. It comes from an overly simplistic view of things. It comes from the belief that things are as simple as they want them to be, and that they're simple enough for one person to not only understand, but also master. It's a grade school level of understanding of the world. It's really just wishful thinking from people who are leading the rapid decline of American power. It also hinders the Secretary of State. Eventually, the Trump administration will start to realize that U.S. aid is an integral part of American power abroad, and unless its actual goal is to irreparably weaken the U.S., it'll come back. When it does, and the Secretary of State is talking to the leadership in the country of Denovia, and he talks about how much the U.S. would love to help with an issue, he suddenly finds himself in trouble. Now Rubio doesn't really mean the U.S. will help and certainly isn't committing the U.S. to help with whatever the issue is. It's just normal diplomatic language. But then the leadership of Denovia asks for a timeline of when that help will arrive. Rubio can't delay and say he's got to talk to the other agency head. He is the other agency head. This is Negotiation 101. Then you have the idea that it's efficient because there's one guy at the top of all of these interrelated positions. No, that's not how this works. Chesterton's fence. If you're not familiar with the concept, it says don't take a fence down unless you know why it was put up in the first place. The reason the fence is up is because outside of failed tin-pot dictatorships, people want varying viewpoints on interrelated fields. You only make good decisions when you have opposing input. There's even a rule about what you should do if you have 9 people and everybody agrees. The 10th man has a duty to play devil's advocate. As far as efficiency, it's more efficient in the sense that it might get a decision made faster, but it'll be the wrong decision, because the policymaker doesn't have all the information or the discussion necessary to evaluate it. Much like a lot of other policies that went against convention that the administration and its supporters believe would be common sense to do in some other way, this will turn out to be a mistake and will have to be remedied. This really is turning into the, oh, so that's why they did it like that administration. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.